we are learning to find a fraction of a number. Okay, let's have a look at my problem that I've got here. I want to find out what 1/3 of 12 equals. 1/3 of 12 is the same as saying what's 12 divided into 3 equal sets, because my denominator tells me how many equal parts I want to divide the whole into. And my whole is 12. So I want to divide my 12 into 3 equal parts. Now, I can work out the answer to 12 divided by 3 if I know that. And if I know my 3 times tables, I can use that to help me. So 12 divided by 3 is the same as saying 3 times what equals 12, because division and multiplication are just opposite operations. And if I know my 3 times table, I know that 3 times 4 will equal 12. Let's have a look at my picture here and see if I'm correct. So I wanted to find out 1/3 of 12. Here I have 12 apples. Let's divide them into 3 equal groups. So I've got one group here, here's another group, and here's another group. And I can see that in each group there are 4 apples. So 1/3 of 12 equals 4. So I've just worked out that 1/3 of 12 equals 4. What do you think the answer would be if the question was, what's 2/3 of 12? So when it was 1/3 of 12, it was asking me to divide 12 into 3 equal groups and then see how much was in one of those groups. So if it's 2/3 of 12, it's asking me to divide 12 into 3 equal groups, which I know equals 4, and then it's asking me to count 2 of those groups. Let's have a look at our pictures of our apples. When we had 12 and we divided them into 3 equal groups, there was 4 in each of these groups. One of the groups is here, that's 1/3. Here's another third, and here's another third. If I was working out how much was in 2/3, I would be looking at both of these. So I'd be counting the apples that are in this group and the apples that are in this group. So 2/3 of 12 would equal 8. Okay, now let's have a look at this question. What is 1/3 of 18? So what the question's asking me to do is to get my whole set, which is 18, and to divide it into 3 equal parts and tell me how much is in one of those parts. So I can write this question like this: 18 divided into 3 equal parts, how many is going to be in each part? And if I know my 3 times tables, I know that 3 times 6 equals 18. 3 times what equals 18? It is 6. Let's have a look at that with our picture here. So 1/3 of 18 is asking us if there were 18 flowers and we want to divide them into 3 equal groups, how many would be in each group? So I've got one group here, another group here, and a third group here. So this is 1/3 of the whole. This is another third of the whole, and this is a final third of the whole. So in 1/3, I can see that there are 6 flowers. How many are there in 2/3? What's 2/3 of 18? Let's count them. Here's 1/3 is 6 and another 6. So 2/3 of 18 must equal 12. Today you're going to see if you can find fractions of numbers.